Okay, I think I'm live now. Um, cool. So basically, today what I want to do is I want to use this kalimba and try to make a song at like sampling this real life kalimba that I have in front of me. I I don't really do that. I typically produce electronic music, stuff like that. So this is going to be completely different than normal, but I want to try. This is something I haven't seen before. OBS is flashing, telling me that I'm having poor performance, which is certainly interesting. Performance, which is certainly interesting. But YouTube and Twitch are telling me that it's fine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it's fine. Hmm, whatever. Anyways, hello, Mally. You love my mom. Well, I also love my mom, so I'm glad that you love my mother. I'm slaying? I don't know. I combed my hair, so I guess that's something. But yeah, I'm going to be making a song using a kalimba for the first time. At least trying. I downloaded this really cool plugin called Delay right here, and it basically just takes sounds and adds like crazy reverb and delay to them. I think it's pretty awesome. Wrong. Okay. What am I wrong about exactly? Also, I have a question. Did you get a notification whenever I started the live stream? Like a notification from YouTube? Cuz I I've been streaming a few times and I don't think it sends notifications. So, cuz I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, which I think it only sends notifications through one. But also YouTube's like live streaming uh website thing is really bad. Hmm. Hello. I have gotten your text. I think me and Lindsay are planning on going to prom with Jack Fox and Alex um this year, honestly. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Let's try out delay. I was messing around earlier with this preset that's called cinematic. It just sounds super weird. I need to figure out how to do this so that the stream doesn't hear my microphone and FL Studio at the same time I'm recording because you'd hear double and it would sound really terrible. So what I did was I just muted the microphone for the stream, and now you're hearing me through FL Studio, and you should be able to hear the kalimba. It's probably quiet on the stream, to be honest, but this is what delay does. Nothing. Huh. I'll just restart delay. So it makes it sound super airy. It gives it like this crazy reverb. I really enjoy that sound. But there's a bunch of presets, like delay presets. They seem to really come out more, like be louder if I play the higher notes on the kalimba. Like what? I have a chord progression in my head, and I'm just going to I'm just gonna lay it out in MIDI, real quick. Why can I still hear myself? Okay, now I can no longer hear myself, which is good. I'm just gonna do the grand piano. So this is the chord progression. We start out with just a regular C major. Let me play it on the kalimba just to make sure. Okay, and then it goes to like, it just switches to an F, which is gonna sound super crunchy because these are a half step apart. Like, that does not sound that great, so I might bring this up an octave. And then I would need to fill in a note up here an octave higher, so like, that sounds pretty bad. Maybe I bring the E up an octave. And then, um, The C is. Maybe we can change a few notes here or there. I don't know. Instead of laying out a chord progression, I think I'm actually just gonna mess around with the delay plugin more in the kalimba because I think that's super interesting. All right. Just turn delay on. All right. Cool. Low and thump. I I really do think that just added an EQ. So chamber reverb. Okay, that sounds really weird. That sounds really cool. I really like that one. Let's see. Like, what is this one actually doing? Normal delay. Shaky delay. Let's see. Oh, it's off. That's cool. These really are. These really are just normal delays. Maybe I find like a sample to add the kalimba onto or something like that instead of just messing around with the kalimba. Or I could make something. Like, I could make a synth or something. I think I have Vital installed on this computer. Vital. I want to check the presets. Like, Cinema Bells, that sounds so cool. Okay, I was right about it being cool, I guess, but not what I'm looking for, really. Like, what is digital roller? Okay, cool. Like, super plug. I think that's so weird. I'm gonna turn the delay off. Oh lord, I did not mean to do that. Jupiter bass. That's a really deep bass, wow. So I think the velocity affects the filter. And I think the mod affects how much the filter is changed. That's cool. Solomon. Like, I want to make something like that, but how? I don't even know how to go about starting to make something like that. Maybe let's just I'm just gonna come up with a melody on this kalimba. Okay, this is gonna be like the most simple thing ever done on kalimba, like in the history of ever, but I think it's just a cool melody that I can stick to and it sounds alright. So let me tap the tempo. I'm thinking. I think 105 is good. And I'm just gonna try to record it. I'm probably gonna be terribly off because there's a delay from what the microphone's actually recording to what I'm hearing, so it might be a little off, but that's fine. Okay. I'm thinking like this. I might honestly slow it down to record it. Uh, I'm thinking something like that. So let's try to record this in. Alright, I'll fix up the tempo issues, but I think that'll work. Let's just listen back. It's super quiet, but I think it'll be fine. If I boost the volume too much, you just hear all the noise. Which I can take some of that noise out using an EQ or something, but I think it'll be fine. So let's delete this delay and let's add an EQ. See, there's like a ton of white noise. So I can add a low pass filter to get rid of some of the higher end white noise. So if I increase the volume, the white noise sounds a little better. I'm also going to get rid of these low frequencies that you can't really hear, but in the long run will just make the mix sound super muddy. I kind of also find like this super soothing effect from the white noise type of thing that's in the background from like my computer fans or the AC, which a lot of times when you're recording, you don't want that because it sounds kind of bad, but honestly, it's not that bad. I think I'm going to increase this back to 105 and just chop it up to like where I want it, which that was not what I wanted. So let's just try to get this first one to be right. I think that's the separation between them. So let's see. Do I want it to be eighth notes? Because like I really have no clue. Let's get this lined up. Oh yeah, eighth notes. I forget. I want some overlap between them, but not anything crazy. Okay. Let's cut this part, delete this. And let's figure this out. Now this will not be the final version of this at all because, well, like it sounds super robotic. Especially that at the very beginning, like that first C. Let's see. So let's get this in here on an eighth note. And I don't want these to be exactly lined up at all because then it would sound super robotic. Uh, that's not what I wanted. Right there. This should sound pretty good. That one's super late, I will say. And you can feel it. Like, this one's also super late. What was I thinking? Like, some of these I'm gonna move to be a little before the actual eighth note, and some of these I'm gonna move to be a little later than the eighth note, just so that it gives it that human feel, like an actual human played the notes or whatever. I think that gives it a good feeling. I either need to increase the volume of these or decrease the volume of these, and I think I'm going to try to increase the volume here. I want the change to be as little as possible, which what I'm just looking for when adjusting volumes and things like this is watching my meter here, just making sure that they're going up to similar decibel levels. So like on the second half, I think it's peaking at like 12, minus 12. See that green bar right there? And I just want to make sure that these are peaking at about the same spot, which you see, like, it starts out up much lower. And you can even hear that by just listening. And for some reason, whenever I played the very first note, it's just super resonant. Like, this is much more resonant than this one. See, this one sounds more metallic, while this one sounds like full. So there are those little changes, but if I add more stuff to this, it'll matter less. But this is like the most basic thing you could ever make. What I'm super interested in is adding delay and reverb. So like I just want to load up like normal delay, single repeat. Maybe not close up. Okay. I guess maybe reverb is more what I'm looking for. Like something that really just gives it character. Planetarium. This sounds awesome. What the? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. I want to make sure that you guys can actually hear what's happening here. I want to make sure that you guys can actually hear what's happening here. So I'm going to do a test. I'm just going to pull the stream up on my phone. All right. So let's see. If I press play, and I'm just going to be talking during this. Just sounds cool. I have no clue what's happening in my headphones right now. Cool. Yeah. So I think that this preset is just meant to be like something you play like a single note on and just let it ring out. Not really what I'm looking for. Non delay is super cool. I think this just gives it a lo fi feel. I have no clue. Like, spice it up. What does this mean? I really have no clue. Let's see high end ambience. It's off. Man, you'd think for all the years that I've been doing this, I would be a bit better. I like that. It makes it. Whoa. This preset makes it like super wide. I like that a lot. But now this is the problem that I tend to encounter is that I get to this point and I just have no clue where to go. Yo. Maybe I just record like a pattern in doing that. Did it actually record? No. Okay, I just won't record. I think it's there. That's cool. Let's just keep this going. Dun, dun. Mm-hmm. Let's go. That's a cool little melody. Oh yeah. I'm starting to like that. I'm starting to come around to that. I was super silent while making it, but that's fine, I guess. All right, let's add another vital. Um oh yeah, it's under more plugins. I really need to add it to favorites. Oh yeah, and I can't use that vital. I have to use the vital down here. So wait, now it should, yeah, instrument synth. Let's do this. I really like doing these. Just cranking up the unison, just it just gives you like a super loud, like a super saw basically is what it is. But I want to find another like saw. That is way too loud. It's not going to fit this, but I'm going to add a filter to it that will make it sound a lot better. Because I'm just trying to get a bass. That'll work. I think that's like the default one. And let's do transpose minus 48. Okay, that might be too much. 24. So it's 2 octaves down. And it's a nice bass. And let's make a new pattern, and I'll just name it bass. I think G would be a good first bass note. Never mind. Ooh. Mm. I think we wanna work our way to F in the second part. Mm. Okay, I need to figure out where this chord progression is going. So let's bring back up our grand piano, and I'm just gonna make a new pattern. And that's moving to an E, so and that's an F. And that's back to C. Oh, what would be a good, like, is, yeah, but okay, I can get behind this chord progression. Cool. Okay. I like what we have here now. It is something that works and I think is cool. So let's figure out how to make these fit with this chord progression now. It kind of fits. That second one doesn't. Honestly, if we just replace all of these with the first one, just keep them the same, it could work. But do I have an A? I can always just record an A, which I think I'm going to do. So let me get my microphone set back up. Here? Okay. One of those will work. Probably this one. And I'll boost the volume of it. Oh, I do have an A. Okay, well, then I'm just gonna just gonna replace this with that. And I think it'll sound better. Okay. Let's find a pad, like a super nice pad. I think citrus would be my best use for that. And I don't like using this many presets, but I'm just trying to get like an idea for right now. So let's see. I think like fairy could work, maybe. I'm thinking like high. Um, maybe not something that loud. What does we sound like? Okay, that is not what I'm looking for. Dreamtime? I'm really looking for something that just hits once and then like reverbs out, which I could probably just make. Yeah. I think for like an intro, this sounds good. Maybe we have the bass delayed. We just start with this. And let's just Control A, Control B. And then here, I think we should have something that swells in the background the second time. Add something, um, just to give it character. Something. I have no clue what. Maybe like strings, or maybe a guitar. Maybe I'm just I need to look in Flex for something like strings maybe. That is not. I think what we do is make a new one. Would this note sound good swelling here? Yes. Okay. So now what we do, we quick render as audio clip. We come here, we add it, we lower the volume, and then we can have it fade. Do a simple fade in. Uh, make it much smaller, fade out. And now I'm hearing like another note that's lower. Let's see. And we'll just do it again. Quick render as audio clip, and it just happens right here. I think. It's much louder than the other one. Okay. I'm liking what I have right now. Let's just finish this. Then I'm thinking after this point we switch up the kalimba because it's been there for, well, 45 seconds. And I think I want to change up the bass a little too. We could even have like chords, because I'm hearing multiple notes in my head when I'm thinking about this song. I'm hearing multiple notes come in right here. Maybe we just have an octave. So like I can just clone this and click here, shorten it, same length, same fade in, and then just come here, go to 12, pitch up, change this to stretch, and make it much quieter. I don't know what's happening here. I think it was a mistake when I copied them over, but honestly, I kind of like it. Hmm. Okay, when do I actually want it to be silent? Because right now they just get these strings get silent at a random point. Maybe we just let the reverb ring out. Okay, no, I like the fade out a little. Maybe we make this one come in sooner. Let's listen to it with context. Here's another idea. Okay, well, what we have here, it sounds kind of corny, but considering we're using a kalimba that only has notes from the C major scale on it, I think it's all right. Now, of course, I haven't done anything crazy, but you know. Sorry, I am fixing something real quick. All right. Um, cool. This bass. The bass line is so boring. Like, it's actually horrendous, but I don't know how to make it better. I want to also try to bring in some kind of lo fi percussion after this point. Like, something super light, like a lo fi song, pretty much. So I'm gonna go to the website that I like to use to find sounds and just look through the instruments on here. Now, I will say that a lot of these are for rap music and trap songs because I found that those are the easiest to make, so people make a lot of them. So I'm just gonna like go to Kick and just look through these, but a lot of these are gonna be like trap kicks and stuff like that. Yeah, like super heavy, just these are so loud. That could be, but it's still too punchy. I want something like kind of airy, like if I go to YouTube and look up lo-fi music. I was listening to lo-fi music earlier. Okay, maybe I was wrong. These are kind of really boring. Maybe something like this just EQ'd would work. I don't know. I can always try. Let's try. So here's our kick that I'm gonna try out, I guess. Sorry. Very loud. Okay, that's not what I wanted. That's also not what I wanted. I guess I'll make the kick yellow. Let's see. That color is kind of close. Man, it's close enough. Not really, but whatever. So let's try to EQ this kick. There's a lot of frequencies, but I don't really want like the high end stuff. I don't know. What would even like a lo-fi snare sound like? That's kind of what I imagine a lo-fi snare sounding like. I don't know. I just don't want to. Let's see if there's a lo-fi pack on BandLab. Oh man, this kick just sounds better than the one that I just did. So, and it was under lo-fi. Lo-fi Dreams pack. Let's see this. I'm gonna bring this over here so the stream can see as well. Are there drums that aren't just That's not really what I'm looking for. Modern lo-fi. This might be promising. Never mind, there's no one-shots. That's a bass. That's not what I'm looking for either. Yeah, I really would like a one-shot snare. There's 3 snares. Okay, not quite what I'm looking for. Bedroom pop, that could work. Let's see, 12 snares. That's just a regular snare. That's just like an EDM snare. That's a little better. None of these are really what I'm looking for. Ambient lo-fi study. This could be promising. Not hi-hat, though I would want a hi-hat. Let's see what these sound like. They're very tiny. I'll download them, just why not? And I will look at the snare, because those sounded pretty nice. Huh. Weird. Lo-fi life garden.
Yeah.
Yo. Why'd that kind of sound like Drake, though?
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like AI generated Drake, just a little.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's water. Hmm. I thought I went by snare. I filtered by snare. Oh, I would love that snare if it just weren't EQ'd already. Like the filter wasn't so aggressive already. I'm just gonna take this one, honestly. Let's just see the instruments I've gotten. So here's the hi-hat. Here is the other hi-hat. Why did I kind of make like a nice beat already? Okay, no. I think the snare is just gonna be like here. Let's move these drums down. This is kind of terrible. Now, what happens if I bring this back over to here? Okay, it kind of fits actually. I was not expecting that, to be honest. Let's make these fit in the mix, I guess. I'm gonna put these ones on the same mixer track because I don't feel like doing anything different. Snare. What color should we make the snare? I'm thinking the sea green color. So it was this. Yeah. Cool. That's when I think we bring this in. It's right here. And then we can delete this. All right, let's switch up let's switch up the kalimba a little bit. So we have a melody here which starts on G. Let's see. I could always just remake the melody, like double it on kalimba, which might be cool. Let's see how hard that would be to do. So if we turn this on, let's see. We come to this one is kalimba. Let me mute in that. I do have the EQ on my voice, which is fine, but it's like oh, I forgot the notes that go up, but I think it's fine. Let's just listen. I can always fix up the timing on everything. But hey, that actually doesn't sound that bad. Let's just cut out each of these notes real quick. That was not zoomed in all the way. I think that's the last note. Yeah. So let's fix these. I missed a note. Okay, whatever. Let's just increase the volume of all these, I'm thinking. No, no. I can double it an octave up. I think it's also just easier to play an octave up, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right. I messed that up so bad. Wow. That first note is so quiet. Let's just see. Ah. Okay. That's better. All right. Cool. So that sounds much better than this first one did. So we'll just get that rid of that fully. Let's bring it down here to work on this. Oh, it's so out of tune. Let's see. And I'm gonna resample this to like record it and isolate them all into one track, just so it's easier. Yo, what's good? How are you doing? I am personally doing awesome today. So how are you? I'm really aggravated that my kalimba is very out of tune, but it's fine. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to just figure out a way to make a kalimba that only has C major notes sound good. I know I can always pitch it up and down, but I really want to just get better at like sampling live instruments. Trying to get motivated. That's so real, man. I struggle with that all the time. Like I've been so busy with school that I have not been able to cook up any recently. What DAW do you use? Do you also use FL? Nice. Yeah, I love FL. I've been using it for years. It's definitely my go-to. Logic has its pros, but I prefer this one. Let's see. All right, the high G note on my kalimba is so out of tune that I'm honestly just gonna make this one whatever and just pitch this one up an octave, stretch, and just make it a bit quieter. Like it'll sound weird, but it sounds better than the out of tune one. Oh man. Just using one sound is insane. Oh yeah. I'm not making the whole song from just kalimba. To be fair, this is a synth preset from Vital that I've found and I've tweaked a little bit. But if I were able to make this using all kalimba, that would be crazy. I'm just trying to make a song with kalimba. Like the bass is just like a super saw preset that I have filtered out down. It's not all out of kalimba. That would be an interesting challenge though. Nice. Yeah, I used to use Serato sample. I had an old PC that I had to sell the graphics card out of to get a laptop for school, and I used Serato a lot on that one. I just wish I had access to those beats that I made, but they're pretty much all gone. Okay. Yeah, man. It is a bummer. I'll get access to them eventually. Let's see. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I honestly I've only been streaming for a few days, so I really appreciate you dropping in, and I will be sure to let you know about any samples and stuff cuz I'm always down for new things. Also, I just noticed that chat is not popping up on screen, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I will be sure to let you know. I'd be down eventually to collab on something. I made on my YouTube channel, I posted a video of a song that I made a few months ago, and the song actually got me into college for music. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which I can link in the chat. You can see what kind of music I make. But yeah, I was able to get into college by making a beat. I appreciate it, man. Here, I'm about to link it in the chat. I'm still trying to figure out how all the streaming stuff works. There's my channel. It's just the most recent video that I posted. I wish I had the project on the PC that I stream from, but it's on my MacBook, and I don't know how to stream from my Mac, so. But yeah. Okay, so for this beat, I want to make a breakdown or something that leads into a drop. I have no clue how I'm gonna do that. This is way too happy-go-lucky. It's kind of drum and bass. I would say it's more electronic, but that's something that I made. UK Garage. Wow, that's awesome. I think I saw a few YouTube videos. Um I saw a few YouTube videos the other day of it. Do you have a place where you upload your stuff or anything? Cuz I would definitely love to check it out. Okay. I'll keep that in mind and I'll check it out after I get done streaming. Between today and my next stream, which is probably going to be tomorrow, I plan on making a Discord channel, and you could totally send it in there. I want to start growing a community of producers who like to make and just create a spot where we can all share our stuff. So, um, I'm definitely going to get to working on that eventually. But yeah, man, I appreciate you dropping in. I'm kind of embarrassed showing people this beat that I've made on stream because it's not that great, to be fully honest. I'll send you an invite. I'm just gonna go ahead and make it right now. It's super basic. There we go. All right, here is the invite to that server. It is in chat now. There's a prods channel in general. There's really nothing else. Um, I will add to this eventually. It was on my list of things to do today, actually, so gonna do that. But yeah, you can definitely post that into the server and do that. Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate you sending me that. I'll check it out after stream. Yeah, no problem, man. I hope you get the motivation you need to keep producing. Like sometimes I really struggle with coming up with ideas and things, and what I've really found helps is just putting something down, and most of the time it's terrible, but sometimes you get the ones that are just really good, and that those feel really nice when that happens. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. I will. See ya. Have a good day, man. Thanks for dropping in. All right. Let's see. Mm, maybe I make a harmony with the kalimba. Like I'm thinking like see. Let's add delay to these. Not like that. What does this one sound like? I like the triplet delay, kind of, but honestly, dotted half notes might be better. Okay, for this last one, I think it should go up. I want it to decrease more, though. Hmm. Cool. I don't know what it is about this beat, but like there's just something so wholesome about it. I kind of like it. Maybe we bring these back in too. Like honestly, I think this beat is pretty good with where it is right now. All right, I'm gonna be right back.